John Higgins lost both of those finals I mentioned from 8-6 up to Mark Allen at the Northern Ireland Open and Neil Robertson at the English Open. He was understandably very down immediately after most recent defeat, but the bottom line is played so well in both tournaments, playing well in general, feeling good about himself as he looks to set up yet another meeting with his old rival and friend, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, a match for the connoisseur, this one, isn't it? Second course of this afternoon, as you say, David, but probably in a lot of ways more intriguing than that first match, which Ronnie came through. Good to see Ding back in the main stage, where he needs to be, where we want him to be.
One. Junhui 1.
Yeah, how'd you start by both players? Give him a bit of time to settle in. I think it's been good for John. It's been 10 or 11 days since that final against Neil Robertson down in Milton Keynes.
One.
Yeah, well, at least this time. And the pack is on black this time. Couple of reds waiting, so let's say after a couple of misses, one by each player, Ding has the first genuine chance to score a few.
Just shades the head-to-head 13-11, which is no mean feat against John Higgins. He played twice in this. Ding won last year. And in the semi-finals 2016, Higgins won 6-5. Ding had 4 centuries in that match. I mean, pretty brutal. 4 centuries and got beat. Yeah, what he's lacking is match play, really. As I say, he just played that one event last week and a qualifier prior to that for the German Masters. So not a lot of matches under his belt yet. Not really as sharp, certainly, as the other players in the tournament, because he's got in off the rankings. Having not won a tournament in the last year. It's one of these where it feels like we started at the end of the match with a decider. It's already a bit edgy, but I think a lot of that is reflected in the head-to-head between them. There's a lot of respect between them, and even though Ding's got no real form, John Higgins won't be thinking that. He'll know how good he is, how good he's been against him over the years. Two tough defeats, though, in those finals. Those home nations events, there's a lot of frames to play. 7 matches in total. He's won the first 6 in each. He's led 8-6 in both finals, and then he's lost 9-8 both times. And even the amount he's won, that must be really hard to swallow.
I think this red might be on to the far corner. Brilliant shot. Typical Higgins. Pink waiting.
One.
No risk. Yeah, I think as well, saying 10 or 11 days since that final, I think it's good that John got the Thursday in this event. Just gave him that extra 2 or 3 days. He didn't practice all that much last week, I know that, but that's no great surprise. But he will have been hard at it on the practice table in the last few days. There's also, as he plays a nice cannon there's also a bit of a mourning process when you lose big matches, as John did a week ago last Sunday. And it does take time to get over it, regroup, and get back on the horse again.
Yeah, I mean, he said, and it was immediately afterwards, it was to Alan actually in the interview, that, you know, I'm not sure losing like that, it shows I can really cut it at the top level anymore. I know there were a lot of players who saw that and thought, well, if you can't, John, then who can? Of course, he has won this Champion of Champions in 2016, beat O'Sullivan in the final, having beaten Ding in the semis. Other than that, no, he's never been past the group final stage.
$21.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there, wasn't he, to not get the cue ball in the Open. He's eyeing up this. Very difficult.
John, long rest, yeah.
Cut with the extension, the rest. Trouble with this type of shot, it's not one that you play all that often, and your head position is going to be about 8 or 9 feet away from the actual shot itself, so difficult to sight it properly. See it there. Oh, what a shot. Okay. Black shifted, pink still on. How brave do you feel?
Two terrific pots in a row.
28.
It's what he was leaving if he didn't get it.
$29. $35. $36.
We'll get a look here at John's right hand as he plays this. I think the weight loss has given him more freedom on his right half. There. It just looks like he's got obviously a bit more room to go through impact. I think that's made a huge difference for him.
$42. $43.
Yeah, I think it says a lot about his character, not just that he set about that weight loss, but kept at it as well, particularly once the circuit started up again. And temptation is to have a few late night curries and all the rest of it, but been none of that. I know, Alan, you invited him in Milton Keynes, didn't you, to a meal, and he said, no, I'm going spinning.
Yeah, he did.
49.
He said, no, if it's after 7 p.m, I'm not interested. Yeah, good discipline he's been showing and sticking to it. Oh, that's a lovely shot. No,
50.
typical Higgins. Just release the red. 41, pink 47. So 2 more reds. And John being John, he'll be up for brown or green here.
56.
Never, well, pretty much never plays the wrong shot. Here we go, up for brown and green, easy access.
$57.
So a couple of chances on either side before Higgins got in for this one. We well remember, of course, how he qualified for
61.
this event, winning that Players' Championship last season in Milton Keynes. Only lost 4 frames. Extraordinary set of performances.
62.
Wants to keep Ding off the table.
66.
Ding's not had much match play this season. Doesn't want to give him any table time, really. But I think he'll play on. It's only 2 snookers.
John Higgins, 66.
Well, in
and
fact, he's staying in his chair. Not interested, so 66. In the end, it was quite a quick kill. As I say, a few chances early on, but John Higgins made the most of that latter one to lead Ding Junhui 1-0.
More.
What an afternoon to have a ticket. Ronnie O'Sullivan already through to tonight's group final. John Higgins,
Thank you.
another
The second
all-time great,
frame.
1-0 up against Ding
John
Junhui.
Higgins, the right.
important few weeks for Ding because the cut-off for the Masters comes after the UK Championship, and he won that tournament 2 years ago, which means his points are coming off, which means, as it stands, he'll drop out of the top 16 and won't be at the Masters unless he goes really deep in York next week. So that's all to come, but he would love some confidence ahead of that, I'm sure. It was very difficult for him last season. He was away from his family. They were back in China. In general, it's maybe not mentioned enough how the non-British players are at a massive disadvantage. All the qualifying is held in the UK for all the events. So even in normal times, you know, it's still an upheaval. We know Neil Robertson, of course, famously uprooted his life to come and live here at a young age.
One.
Well, it's well done. That's a little tester considering, you know, the few that he already missed in this match and
6.
general sort of lack of form.
Seven.
Maybe what brings the best out of Ding today is the occasion, not just playing Higgins, but the full house as well. This is what, of course, everyone's been missing last year or so.
What I'm looking for here early, in the last couple of years, I think Ding's been a wee bit quicker through impact. A few shots ago, the red that he played and landed wrong side of the blue, it was, I'm not going to say snatchy, but it was pretty quick. See how he delivers through the cue ball on this one. You see,
Ding Junhui, 13.
there's something I can't quite put my finger on, but he's a wee bit quicker from the back of the backswing to impact. It's not gradual acceleration. You see that? It's a bit stabby.
One.
Whereas in contrast, you watch John here, when he gets to the backswing, just watch for it. He kind of waits on it. He waits just a fraction and then gradually accelerates through it. Watch him waiting for it when he comes back. Just there.
John Higgins, 1.
Of course, it's the kiss of death, isn't it? And he misses the blue, but I think I think you can maybe get the point of that. It's just something to look for with Ding as this match progresses. John raises his hand. Oh, I'm not entirely sure what he played there. Very strange. He obviously was concerned about playing back to the bulk area around the back of the blue, but he's got away with one. This wasn't. It's one of those you almost half play the in off, hoping that you just fail to get it as he did do there. So John in a little bit of trouble. Try and return the compliment. Okay, short of pace, hand on the bed, tester, pretty straight. Has to get the cue ball working. Here's a test.
One.
Yeah, not bad. Not absolutely flushed.
Four. Five.
I remember first seeing him play. He was just 14. He was invited in as a wild card to the China Open in Shanghai 2002, and he was being talked of then as a star of the future. Took 2 frames off a young up-and-coming professional, just 18, called Mark Selby. And even though he lost that match, there were definite signs, but of course he's had to work so hard to get himself to the very top of the sport and stay there.
8.
All just a bit congested, isn't it, down this end? And the big colours, black and blue, not great where they are.
Nine.
Yeah, when he won that China Open 3 years later in Beijing 2005, he was of course just 18, beat Stephen Hendry in the final. That was the start of the Chinese snooker boom that so many players since have benefited from.
$15.
He can't buy a perfect positional shot yet. He's going to have to top through this cannon. He can't avoid it.
16.
But no good. Another test. In the yellow.
Junhui, 16.
Eventually, something had to give. It felt like more than 16, didn't it, that break? But that's all it was.
One.
This is a huge shot. It's quite blind, this green. It's a wee bit thinner than it looks. See it there? No.
John Higgins, 1.
Yeah, there was pressure on that. John would have known. Make that, get in amongst the reds and perhaps mount a counter-attack and maybe even win the frame at that visit. Would have hurt Ding. So, second bite at the cherry.
1.
Well, I think that green could be a significant early miss because Ding was struggling, wasn't he? But been handed another opening here. If he can nail the frame now, then
7.
just settles into the match. And Higgins will be thinking, well, I've let you do that.
8.
I think we've seen this week, these first matches, because they're best of 7 and also it is the first match for all the players, they can be quite tense affairs, and then
14.
quite often at night you see the improvements come. Of course, we go into best of 11s in the evening.
15.
So he's going to need one more red after the pink. Quite a low scoring frame, this.
$21.
Just make sure of this. That should prevent any playing on. Well, we've not seen much of Ding this year. We've missed him, frankly, because he's a wonderful player to watch when he's playing well. And it looks
28.
like he is on the scoreboard in this match.
Junhui,
Nod of the head from Higgins.
And different.
As I say, low scoring stuff. The missed green was significant, no doubt. Let Ding in for that second chance, which he's taken to level the match at 1 each.
More great drama. That's a big tick from me. Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustATrader.com.
One Ding Junhui winning the second frame here. Best of 7 to play Ronnie O'Sullivan tonight.
Thank you. Frame 3. Ding Junhui to break.
Yeah, great pot. But
1.
I think that will irritate Ding. Well, still on the brown in a fashion, but that will irritate Ding. You break off and you leave that half ball round the back. You always go back to your chair feeling, oh, he's going to make this, and John obviously has done. Good news, it didn't have a lot to do with the cue ball. something he doesn't like about it, but he will play it, I feel sure. Yeah. I suppose if he doesn't like it, go and play a different
Higgins,
shot.
1.
Not easy to do that, actually, for someone like John. Very tight, that, isn't it? Probably play it, as long as that's the only red he could leave. It's one of those he wants to, but yeah, side against it. There it is again.
Yeah, and usually for Higgins, just a couple of like safety shots. In this match, there was another one. And there's the result. Look the chance.
1.
And Ding knocks it in.
Eight. Nine.
Yeah, not really known as a power merchant, but look at this. Also a sign of how responsive and slick this cloth has been all week. It will be changed tonight, incidentally, prior to tomorrow night's semi-finals getting underway.
$17.
So top work getting the reds open. Can he now do the important part and knock this black in and make it a real good chance?
Good signs
24.
here for Ding supporters. I go back though to that green that Higgins missed in the last frame to the left middle. That was a chance to sort of put the hurt onto Ding, as it were, because he was struggling a little at that point. Lost his way when he'd been in initially, but afforded another chance, and maybe now has just settled down a bit. But fails to execute the plan.
24.
Yeah, must be honest, it's been pretty untidy. Both players. A few not easy mistakes, not simple mistakes creeping around, but I think Ding obviously is a little out of rhythm and probably out of nick in match practice. It needs something really positive to happen, just a one visit frame, regardless of how that comes about.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen.
Quite unusual this,
17.
isn't it? Ding putting his chalk on the cushion rail. He's not using a pouch or putting it in the old skyrocket. It's like playing down the club.
There'll be traditionalists absolutely bristling at this. But that's what traditionalists tend to do, is bristle. Playing in a shirt, in a t-shirt as well.
25.
Who cares as long as he's playing well? And even if he's not at the top of his game, of course, what any player needs is for his opponent to make errors. And Higgins has done. The odd safety and the odd miss have contributed. Just given Ding room to start
32.
to play.
$33. $38. $39.
So the blue to lead by 67 with 67 remaining.
$44. $45.
Interesting pot success stats right now. There you go, John Higgins way down at
52.
74, Ding climbing. But yeah, John's got to improve, no doubt about it.
53. Ding Junhui.
Well, he's done enough.
53.
Higgins missed that red to the
And
middle.
the frame.
Ding Junhui makes a break of 53 to take the lead. So a little bit for Higgins to think about here. In all departments, he needs to sharpen up. It's Ding who leads 2-1. So it's 2-1 to Junhui against John Higgins. There's his brandy chalk. We've seen plenty of already. Yeah, Higgins, 74% pot success, 50% safety success. So these are stats that clearly got to improve. He has been helping Ding in terms of giving him openings, but still plenty of time yet.
Foul. Miss. John Higgins, 4.
Now, one of those shots you can never really trust. At such a pace, it's easy for it to drift off, which it clearly has done. But anyway, something of an opening for John.
1.
Pink no good, black likewise, just weighing up whether now's the time to try and get it into play, the pink that is. Gonna wait a few shots.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, not bad. I think the red goes through the gap.
12.
Yeah, he's winding, so he's going to go into them. Little shake of the head. I don't think he's on the one to left middle. Yeah, it was one of those off the blue. He knew that it was the correct shot to go into them and stay aggressive, but he also knew that there was a fair chance of not being on one.
John Higgins, 18.
Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it, with all the reds having fanned out? All that chalk is now on the floor. Yeah, the little tap from Higgins tells you what a good shot that was.
Yeah, now it's important that John gets the gap here between probably yellow and brown. And he's got it. The reason for that is the red on the right hand side. That was the one he wanted to cover, the one near the cushion, but I think Ding can get through to it. He does have other options. Always got to be careful though when you're pushing this red across the table. Yeah, that pink's causing him a bit of a problem here, John, in that right wing. 2-1 behind. Can't afford to give up the next opportunity.
Long potting's been good today. That's a good sign that his game's coming back in general. Because he has his own academy in Sheffield where he bases himself and practices. I know a lot of the other pros go there. Ken knows it well. Very nice facility.
Four. Five.
Oh, well, I've got to be honest, that does surprise me. I mean, even if he was perfect on the pink, it wasn't easy to get on a red. Very surprised he didn't just go back for bulk colour off that. It's such a tough shot, that pink.
Junhui, 5. One.
Oh, John. Oh.
7.
Let's end the break.
Just sums up the day for him. He's been sort of battling the elements all round.
John Higgins, 7. 1.
First class pot, that was the main thing. Surely he's not taking the black on. In every credit, and he might well knock it in, but this is odds against for me. Wow.
Junhui 1.
As I say, I mean, 10 out of 10 for being aggressive, but did he have to play that? Especially given that John's made a mess of a few opportunities so far. The last thing you want to do is gift him
1.
an opportunity as good as this. I know it's easy sitting here, and it didn't look the correct shot for me, that black.
Eight. Nine.
John Higgins. Gee.
John Higgins 9.
I think that is maybe the easiest shot I've ever seen him miss. Doing nothing with a cue ball. It's just concentration.
1.
Well, there's still work to do here for Ding, but that's clearly a bad sign for the Scotsman. Bad sign for anyone missing a ball like that. And the thing is, it didn't really come out of nowhere because he has made mistakes today in all areas, and that's potentially the biggest of them all so far.
9. Sixteen. 17.
Now he should have a chance here off a low loose red to bring the other two into the game. This is a key shot, this. Low straight, which he should get. Oh, he's playing to lift him now. Well played. Yeah, he obviously had the absolute optimum angle.
24.
And he knew he was getting full ball contact. And the other thing is, he doesn't need the blue to make this frame secure.
25. Thirty-two. 33.
Yes, any colour will suffice off this last red. Didn't get the zip on the cue ball, still on it.
40. 41.
'Well, you see Higgins miss a ball like that, Pink. You wonder if there's any way back. Going to have to really pick himself up, isn't he?
$47.
The final check of the scores tells him he needs green and brown to get to the snooker's required stage.
50. Ding Junhui, 54.
One snooker needed. One good pot needed, and it's going to be 3-1. The difference is, whatever mistakes Ding's made, they've gone unpunished. Higgins had a chance. Ding took on that very risky black along the top cushion, but in short order, Higgins missed a much easier pink to the opposite corner. And it's cost him. Ding with a 54 break to follow the 53 in frame 3, and he's on the brink of victory. Higgins with all sorts of problems, trailing by 3 frames to 1. So Ding Junhui needs one more frame for victory, leads John Higgins 3-1. Higgins struggling quite badly, it's got to be said, this afternoon. There's still time, of course.
Frame 5.
We saw yesterday Mark Selby
Ding Junhui to
really
break.
turn it round in style against Dave Gilbert from this very position. So by no means impossible, but it's going to have to start here.
cracking pot. Nicely judged, Cannon. Not out the woods yet. This black's not a certainty, but as we know, the top players, well, they're always dangerous, but when they go 3-1 behind in a best of 7, sometimes they free up the mind a little and think, well, it's not happening today, let's try something else, and just be a wee bit more aggressive.
Eight.
Well, it's not like he's never done it before, is it? He's done it plenty of times, and so it clears the mind, doesn't it, when you're on the brink of defeat, point of no return.
9.
Yeah, quite a big shot this. I mean, it looks like the pink spot's covered. So, yeah, you see it there. So this would go back in the black spot.
Fifteen. Sixteen. $22.
I'm afraid it's just one of those days. Okay, still on this red, and get the spider out, no doubt. But I think he has reached the point where if he gets, certainly for this frame and potentially the next frame, if he gets a look at anything, he's not in a mood to refuse.
$23. $29. $30.
Nah, it's not happening. It just ain't happening, I'm afraid. For whatever reason, maybe a bit of fatigue. He's obviously played a lot of snooker, won a lot of matches of late.
Blue ball.
Again, no mood for refusing. Every credit, what a shot. Brilliant. Almost trying to play his way out of the way he's feeling, the negativity that he's probably feeling right now. Just playing on instinct and, well, aggression, really.
36. $42.
Had a little glance at yellow and brown. That might be the out ball. May stay for blue.
43.
Lost the cue ball again.
John Higgins, 43.
The only good news is he didn't get into the pack there, but just another sign that just not his day. I mean, he kept it going well with the blue, but you can see the frustration burning in his face.
Doesn't want a touch and ball here, John, where that green is. Let's see then.
Touch and ball.
Part 1. See if Ding can get the second part of it. Just the green there was the sort of alarm bells were ringing. Not this time.
It's not getting any better, is it? In fact, it's getting worse. Where's the let off that, Higgins? Needs all the help he can get at the minute.
One. Eight.
I mean, you think it's a good chance, but we've seen all sorts of errors, so he's got to really focus, just try and put the frame away. He's back in the match if he does. If he does.
9.
Yeah, the one thing that you must do, and you know that John will, is make the other guy earn the victory. You know, John's not going to just roll over and almost submit defeat. He'll keep trying, even although
16.
he's definitely not feeling it. His game's not in good nick. at all. Not played well.
$17.
Shouldn't be a problem from here.
$22.
Well, Ding may well look back in an hour or so's time, ruining that missed opportunity. He was left a red, didn't pot it, and it looks like 3-2. Higgins is not playing well, but he's got 2 frames on the board. And the match is not over yet.
$29. $30.
And the great champions, the other thing is they're not too
36.
proud to win ugly. You know, John won't mind this. Yeah, that's a part of them. I think other
37.
players that are on the tour will know this, what I'm about to say, that sometimes you play them and if you don't put them away, in his mind it'll be, well, all right, pal, if you don't want this, I'll take it. Regardless of performance or anything else like that, he'll
44.
be giving it his all. Can be sure of that.
45. $52. $53. John Higgins, 53, and the Frank.
So 53, second half century of the afternoon again has given some help. Ding missed a red. Bottom line, John Higgins is still in this. Ding's lead is cut to just 3-2. Possible 2 frames remain. So Ding's lead has been cut to 3-2. Possible 2 frames left. Higgins winning that last one.
Frame 6. John Higgins to break.
Ding's been the better player. He's not yet the winner though. Horrible miscue. How significant could that be?
John Higgins, 4.
What a gift for Higgins this is. Just what he needed.
One.
This could be 3-3 in about 10 minutes. That's how quickly things can turn around.
Eight. Nine. John Higgins, 9.
Well, just as things were starting to look up, another very strange miss. Black off the spot. Add it to the list.
One.
Oh, yeah, that one wiped his feet. Yeah, again, back to that black that John missed. I think everyone in the arena was thinking, how has he missed that? I think John's thinking exactly the same, and none of us have a Scooby, quite frankly. How has he missed that? Dear me.
Eight. Nine.
Oh, that was a... Don't want to be, harping on about that, but that was a quick one. There was no acceleration
16.
through the cue ball. Here it is again. He'll get no work on the cue ball at all.
Junhui, 16.
Fortunately for Ding there, I think as well he took that on in emotion rather than logic, and alright, he's covered it, but there is an alternative.
One.
Might this be the shot that sparks him into a bit of form, this blue? Yeah, reach it, no problem. It's just the red by the pocket that is impeding his torso when he's down on it, so giving himself a bit more room.
Six. Seven.
was a much better shot than it looked at to control the cue ball, and he's got the half ball green. I don't think brown's any good.
Green ball.
Green it is then. Playing a cannon on the pink. That's the target. Yeah, too deep. Too deep, no good.
10. John Higgins, 10.
Now here's a shot that looks right. I don't know if the red goes through the gap, but just half ball, less than half ball on this. And you'd think he'd get close to being in behind the green. There it is. Yeah, okay, he's covered the left half, obviously, which was the important thing. Figure 8 for Ding though in return. Shouldn't be a problem. It's a bit dicey this. He doesn't really want to go 2 cushions and get the red, because he'd be liable to be tucked in behind the black at his next shot. It's probably what he's playing. He'll be having another go at it.
4. No miss. Ding Junhui, 4.
But you get the point there. You see at that pace, 2 cushions shove the red away. He's probably going to be in even more trouble next time round. We'll see. Must admit, I'm absolutely astonished that Ding hasn't spotted that. All right, it's a decent safety shot, but it looked a good play to me, in behind the black there. Once again, for a player of John's class, that is, well, that basic. A look of bewilderment. John and me both, and I'm sure everyone else in the arena. As I say, that was quite basic, that safety shot. Now then, Ding. A golden chance.
One. Six. Seven. Twelve. 13.
Obviously plenty of reds to drop on. He'd love to get rid of the one that's almost touching the pink. If it passes the other.
$18. 19.
player been waiting to come good again. He's done nothing of note really since that UK victory 2 years ago. When he won it, he said Ding is back, which it seemed that he was, but he struggled. The pandemic, of course, has also been
25.
a major issue also. But what a chance to A, beat one legend, and B, set up a meeting with another this evening.
$26. 31. 32.
I don't think John Higgins will look back on this match with much fondness, assuming he does lose it. You can take losing, but the unforced errors, the mistakes he made, just add up to a sense of, well, disappointment in recent times. Those two close finals he lost.
$37. 38.
So he's got one more good shot to play. Just drag back and get this one with hand on the bed. This is the shot then. 40 to the good.
43.
But
Junhui,
is there a twist?
43. One.
Well, if there is to be a twist, he's going to have to put a fantastic black. These are nasty. Can he find one? Oh, you bet he can. What a shot. They're all there.
Well, he must wonder how the match is continuing, but this is where players like John Higgins come to life. No matter what's happened already, this is where he senses blood. He knows it should have been over.
Nine. $16. 18.
He's made a lot of unbelievable clearances in his career. This wouldn't be one of those, but in terms of the match
21.
and the way he's played today, it would be some effort.
$25.
Played that nicely, just has to beat the blue, and it has.
$30. Go to 6.
So Bingham match ball. He missed it. John Higgins needs this black. Slight cutback, but he needs this black. We're going into a decider. Remarkable. Once again, he steps in and he makes the clearance. It looked for all the world like Ding was the winner. He couldn't kill it off. John Higgins steps in, and we have one more frame to decide it. We're level at 3-3. Drama 3-3, but it looked for all the world like Ding here was going to win 4-2. This was the red. That was match ball. He was 40 in front at that point, so it would have been 2 snookers regardless of the colour needed, but he missed it. John Higgins did what John Higgins does. He made a clearance, so
Thank you.
despite
Deciding
having
frame.
been the par, he's got himself
Bingham
into a
with the frame.
decider. This frame to decide who plays Ronnie O'Sullivan tonight. So Ding leaves a chance from the break off. Higgins knocks it in. Is this the moment where he produces his best snooker of the match?
Seven.
You might lose form, you might lose confidence. But what John Higgins will never lose is the know-how of how to get the job done. Like that clearance, 2 red clearance in the tail end of the last frame. It almost doesn't matter what's gone before when that situation arises. He just looked like he was going to clear up.
Yeah, I mean, he's won over 50 titles in his career, and not every frame and every match of them he was playing his A game by any means, but it's about making the move when it comes, when the chance comes, as it did unexpectedly. He's probably already thinking about the drive back to Scotland. Ding stood over that red.
$13.
Black tied up, obviously, he's not in his favour at the moment. And I'm not quite sure where the pink would go. It might be buried if he potted it, so there's still a bit of mileage to be put on the cue ball for now.
$18.
Might not be too bad. The middle red of the 3 together. I think you can top this through for pink. The opposite middle. Couple of reds, wing balls in the edge of the bunch as well. They'll help. Get this, he's going to be looking good. Yeah.
90.
Okay, cue ball almost welded to the side cushion, wasn't part of the bargain. Now, there's a big shot coming up. Nasty, diagonal, across the nap. Yeah, it was
John
quite
Higgins,
a nasty
19.
One of those, if he was dropping it in, he'd get it, well, at least 9 out of 10, but he had to inject that pace. Made the pot more difficult and the pocket tighter. Chance ding.
One. Six. Seven.
Yeah, considering the baulk colours were on there, that was poor. Now is he looking for 2 cushions in between yellow-brown? No good. That is not good at all. Alright, still on a red.
12.
And there is room round the back of the black to perhaps get back up for blue, but that wasn't a bad shot. It was that red. Definitely should have been above the blue line.
$13. Ding Junhui, 13.
So they've each had a chance, and there's just 6 points in it. You just feel it's going to be a very tense finish. See what's been a tense afternoon here.
Here's a half chance. Might go deep on the cue ball. I think this red above the black goes. Yeah, I think he's going deep. Swing the cue ball round the corner. Yellow maybe. Oh, where's the red? Needs some help and cover, and he ain't got it. Chance John Higgins, and it's a very good one. They go as far as to say in a decider. They don't come much better than this.
One.
When I was watching him in his seat in that last frame, it looked like Ding was going to get over the line. He just looked thoroughly fed up. But now you can see that burning intensity back in his face. The sight of the winning line coming into view. He'll feel he'll have to play better against O'Sullivan if he wins, but the issue is getting through to play him. Give yourself the chance to do that, and you know it's only 2 weeks since he beat him in the semis of the English Open.
Seven.
There's a reason these guys have stayed around so long at the top level. Is just that reservoir of class that they have and that they produce when it really matters. 30th season on tour for Higgins and O'Sullivan. John Higgins, it's his 27th consecutive season in the elite top 16. He's never dropped out in that time.
Twelve. $13.
So it's out of Ding's hands, but what a chance missed if he ends up the runner-up here, because he had match ball in the last frame.
$20.
3 reds then, and 3 colours needed. Let's see John into tonight's group final, quarter final, call it what you will, but yeah, as David said, he never lose the know-how. And I actually do think his failure to win the match against Neil Robertson 10 days ago has stood him in good stead for this break alone, this one effort. Really determined not to make the same mistake again.
Glance at the scoreboard tells him this black puts him 40 in front. 51 on, red and a colour. To complete what would be a remarkable win. Red just a little bit tricky.
34.
Yeah, and he knows it.
Yeah, I don't think he carries one of those little gadgets for the rest. He can't reach it with his hand, I don't think. Certainly not comfortably. Maybe having lost a bunch of LBs, he's got a half chance of it, but with the rest, this is going to be awkward. Very awkward. I know he likes a double, but I don't know if this is the time or the place for that red on the right wing.
Doesn't look any fun, this, Alan.
No, no wonder he's laughing. This is one of those unbelievably awkward situations. That little gadget that some players might still carry around. You give a fiver for a shot of one right now, I know that, but can he reach it?
Even with the extension on, this is a real stretch. Now what?
Yeah, I think he glanced at yellow, didn't he? I don't think he's playing the double. Just try and send the red over towards the other one. That's the way. That's the shot.
John Higgins, 34.
Leads by 40 with a possible 51 on, but he's got snookered on all of them.
Foul, and a miss. John Higgins, 4.
Well, a slight adjustment needed, mindful of the points as well. He could only afford one more miss, actually. Yeah, good hit. He's still in this. Just.
What John wants to do here is stop Ding releasing the two in the left, but to do that he needs the cue ball on the left half. See, that's the thing. He's given Ding, well, some chance of releasing them, at least one of them. He's willing to risk the red going near the left corner, because if he misses the blue with the cue ball, he's bound to have cover. That'll do. Good black for John.
So John Higgins, 44 in front, remember, just needing one red now to get to the snooker's required stage and complete, barring those snookers, what would be an extraordinary win, considering how he struggled earlier on. Red stays out, Ding survives. He had his chance, didn't he, in that last frame? He had match ball. Higgins made a really steely clearance. He needs this red, and it looks like he's through.
One.
Never knows he's beaten. There was a loud bang there, which Dunning helped, to say the least. So it's one snooker required. And the balls are in good spots for snookers, let's be honest.
One. Seven. Junhui, 7.
Nearly. Good snooker. And it'll have to be a good snooker against Higgins to stand any chance.
Yeah, this might be a good one coming up. Well played. And it's not a big target. That pink's looking large, looming large on the line that Ding's after.
Foul. John Higgins,
well,
4.
I think that's it. That's a concession. He had his chance, didn't he? Couldn't kill it off in the last frame. John Higgins came good when it mattered to set up a clash of the snooker titans tonight.